Bellagio fountains, trademark of the loss
thus far.
So again, Miami, right now, they have the best point difference in the semifinals this weekend. Stevens looking up top for Ware, just like that. Did Ware in his last game, couple blocks, and we were talking to Caron Butler before the game. They're just raving about this young man and his potential.
Work that they put in. Again, you and I had opportunity to talk with Caron pregame.
Oh, and one.
Stevens with the nice dime over to Larson, who completes the 4-point play.
Raptors still can't find the mark. Larson looking to push.
Now, I know it's a Larson unable to finish, missed the opportunity for the Heat.
Raptors 0 for 4 to start this game from the floor.
There's my youngin' right there. Spent the last season in Utah.
Lazy pass there by Carlson. And it is 11. Taken, Corey, has been from three-point range. Stevens leads it up for Ware.
Coaching his team up from beside us, but the microphone close to him as Jake up lines up another three, unable to get it to go.
Finally get on the board. Jamison Battle knocks down a three in the corner.
And nice find from DJ Carton, an aggressive move to the rim. However, Larson will only be three. The first one will count it for 4.
He gets Washington inside, follows his own miss. Christopher with the extra pass. Pardon me. 3 of 5 from three-point range. Nice follow-up tip dunk. Like the Raptors picking up their defensive intensity here. Some of the guys are coming off the bench. But they didn't.
Strong attack by Quincy Guerrier that you're bringing into the fold.
And oh, by the way, I forgot about the trade of Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Him too.
Yeah, him.
Him too. Freeman Liberty can't connect top of the key. Swider looking for some space to launch a three. And Freeman.
Well, I think Khalil Ware could have a similar effect as to what Derek Lively had for the Dallas Mavericks this season.
Yeah, and of course, you mentioned a healthy Jimmy Butler. That's been a
shot. The Heat are making them miss these shots. They are in every possession competing. Another turnover for Toronto. Illegals have scored throughout this game in points off turnovers alone.
Stepped on the sideline. Swider.
Perfect.
That team win from the college level. And in the NBA Summer League, I mean, you're seeing guys 19 years old, you're seeing guys 24 years old. Not much in between.
Right.
What does that show you regarding, you know, the difference between the levels?
Energy drink then. My memory doesn't remember. No, but you were a fantastic guard for that one. Reed Shepherd really struggled in the first half. He was 1 for 7. Cole Swider with the 3-point spec.
Goes into that. I know you look at, of course, what they do at the high school level, but how much of it as a prospect goes into your
top 15, top 20? Those guys are going to be draftable prospects in our eyes. Obviously, you have to have a great high school career. Now they're starting to, you know, do they dominate? Do they impact? How do they do it without scoring? Because when you get to this level, it's not going to be about scoring. Finishing at the rim, he can also step out and face up, but he was an off and on prospect. And
speaking about Nikola Jokic, when he simply said, hey, he had to learn how to play for the Heat.
He's starting to get more comfortable, more confident in his ability. Really didn't have a year. Nice dunk by
Ware. You coupled that, Paul, with the shortened freshman season, the health scare he had with his heart condition. It's a different transition for him.
No question.
Jacoby still gets to the free throw line.
You know, he was a top 10 recruit out of high school, played for Lincoln. Great off of movement, coming off screens, creates his own shot a little bit. He's got a
Stevens follows his own miss. The Swider. Larson on the other side.
Oh, man. Gained a lot of valuable experience being the primary ball handler. Great pass.
Nice feed to Swider.
Antonio, and again, still trying to find their way into the playoff, recognizing that the point difference.
And also the final 2 games later this evening to find out who will be the 4 teams that make the playoffs. 50 points back in 2012, and guess the team who has the record?
I would say the Miami Heat.
Yeah. Carlson spots up for 3.
In his first quality minutes in Summer League, we talked about Jim Boeheim and the Syracuse guys. Joe Girard played 4 years for Ochai Agbaji.
When you see Agbaji, and considering his college career there at Kansas, nice block there by Washington on the trail.
You know, it's mastering the college game and trying to find a way to complete the games. A nice.
Can't get it to go. Raptors pull it up. Oh! For a playoff opportunity this weekend, one of 5 remaining undefeated teams coming into today's play. 3 of them playing this evening. Whether you're, a young guy trying to make a roster spot, or just some other guys just trying to get more reps, on the NBA level, so to speak, to be in a situation where But
it's still all about winning. And so when you get an opportunity here in the Summer League, that's the most important thing, is to develop. It is a audition for all 30 teams. Not only the restroom at halftime, I run into my guy, Cole Schwider. And he once. His last time playing at Chapel Hill against Carolina, 39. Oh! You remember we talked about DJ? His ability to protect the rim, he is going to be a welcome bonus. And the reason being is because he's 20 years old and he's very young to the game. Khalil Ware was a high school teammate.
That I think a lot of fans at home sort of lose sight of, or just maybe not familiar. 68-32. Heat still well in control. Ware skies up for that
guarantee that Udonis Haslem and Alonzo Mourning will be having a conversation with him when they get to see the film on a play like that.
We're talking about players being in the right environment. To me, that is the true measure of a team's front office and their scouting.
Okay. Where Greg Popovich asked myself and Monty Williams, who was after his 3rd year in the league, to go Summer League teammates. But when you consider the fact of how valuable this experience is, that's the way, by the way.
Out there on the court to get him acclimated, where you don't necessarily see that. And some guys, quite honestly, Corey, 2nd and 3rd year in the league, they don't want to play for guys coming out of high school or college for potential draft picks, but it's also for trades, free agent signings. They've got it ranking on pretty much everybody.
After the shot, as Cole Schwider's turned and looked at Jamal Shead like, wait, what are we doing? That's not, that's fire.
That one's got to feel good for Williams inside the Washington. Is that a floater?
Have I? But driven past it many a time.
He is going to hold one of their pay-per-view events inside the Sphere. I think that would be cool to see.
You do a lot of UFC, correct?
Not anymore.
I would have to go the greatest hip-hop artist of all time, which would be one Jay-Z.
Oh, my goodness. The Sphere, I want something else. I mean, I want lights. I want stuff going up. I think
Rihanna over Queen Bee?
100%.
Are you talking about performance?
No disrespect. I prefer Rihanna's music.
Because I told her she was entirely too old to go to a Chris Brown concert. However,
give them credit for that. The largest lead, I believe, was 42. And they just kept coming. And if you're a coach for the Raptors...
But again, it's his chance to be able to show the coaching staff that the work that they put in throughout this summer.
Yep. Las Vegas Aces.
Yep.
She joined me on Sports.
WNBA All-Stars or the Olympic team?
Olympic team.
Oh. Get up. Okay, Alonzo on the front of the rim trying to dunk as well.
Yes.
When you take your arm back to that, the Heat, Josh Christopher got it started, but Alonzo Williams coming off the bench just as productive.
And how about that? Carlson.
But again, he's in the best place possible to develop.
And you have to commit the foul.
That goes to, I was fortunate, every muscle you can imagine, he's got it. But David couldn't post up. And he couldn't stop guys. He couldn't stop basketball at a certain spot. He was going to get it. And if he wanted to keep you out of the paint, everyone.
Those would be your 4 teams. But if they lose, then we got all kinds of scenarios with court differential and things of that nature.
Attempt. Not even attempt to lay it. At this year's McDonald's All-American game in the dunk contest. So spent some time with us in Houston. And then the second quarter and here in the fourth as well. Difficult for Gerard to stay in front of athletes like a Christopher.
Oh, almost a triple.
And he's been effective throughout the entire game.
His energy has been there for sure. Stevens.
Just some of it.
I'm not saying he won't be that player, but just because you do it here doesn't mean you can do it once training camp starts. And that is the test for every player. Carlson trying to get up before the shot clock expires, and he does.
2 pick in the draft. He struggled a bit.
Yes, he has.
You know, but you look at Khalil Ware, who's had success.
So you work out or playing games, it still is a guessing game, right? There's so many factors that go into it, but it seems to be very aggressive on the offensive end. Everyone hitting the offensive glass, despite the blowout score. But again,
they pretty much become different people. I mean, like I said, in a better way. Oh.
Spurs culture, of course, you were there with Greg Popovich. Why do you think it's so hard to develop this day and age? Everybody wants it right now. And that the Heat had at one point to be able to allow Pat Riley to establish that transition.
But again, it goes back to, you know, we're 30 years removed and how the organization needs to be run because he's been in it for 20-plus years under Pat Riley.
Nice feed there, but now we talk competitive.
The reason why he's deservedly so. And I can tell you, Michael Jordan, maybe 3 of the best competitors in the history of this game.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Pat Riley obviously wasn't the player.
He also goes into the front office and on the sideline.
Without question. Without question. Nice take there by Giroux.
About those competitors.
Yep.
How about a guy that Jerry West had a whole lot to do with?
Oh, Washington.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Jelly Bean.
Las Vegas, and they will be going to the playoffs this week.